My 7-year-old cousin touched a tree for the first time the other day, and it broke my heart. He's grown up surrounded by screens, phones, tablets, VR headsets, and he's more familiar with the digital world than the real one. It made me realize how much we've all become disconnected from the simple things, from the beauty of nature, from genuine human connection. Our phones have become our constant companions, our digital pacifiers. We reach for them the moment we feel bored, stressed, or even slightly uncomfortable. But this constant connection is an illusion. It's actually making us more isolated, more anxious, and less fulfilled. In this video, we're going to explore the dark side of our smartphone addiction. We'll uncover how it's affecting our mental health, our relationships, and our ability to truly experience life. But more importantly, we'll discover how to break free. Are you ready to put down your phone, step away from the screen, and rediscover the beauty of the real world? Our phones offer a tantalizing illusion of escape. When we're scrolling through social media, watching videos, or playing games, we feel like we're transported to another world. We can forget about our problems, our worries, and the mundane aspects of our daily lives. However, this escape is only temporary. The dopamine rush that we experience from these activities is fleeting, and it always leaves us craving more. We find ourselves trapped in a cycle of endless scrolling, constantly chasing the next dopamine hit. This constant stimulation makes it difficult for us to appreciate the slower pace of real life. We become impatient, easily distracted, and unable to focus on anything for more than a few minutes. This can have a significant impact on our productivity, our relationships, and our overall well-being. Moreover, the illusion of escape can prevent us from truly addressing the underlying issues that are driving us to seek distraction in the first place. Instead of facing our problems head-on, we bury ourselves in our phones, hoping that they will magically disappear. This is not a sustainable solution. The only way to break free from the illusion of escape is to confront our problems, address our emotions, and learn to cope with them in healthy ways. We must recognize that our phones are not a solution to our problems, but rather a symptom of them. By understanding the root causes of our anxiety, stress, and loneliness, we can develop more effective coping mechanisms and break free from the cycle of addiction. It's important to remember that there is no quick fix to overcoming phone addiction. It takes time, patience, and perseverance, but the rewards are worth it. By breaking free from the illusion of escape, we can rediscover the joy of real-life experiences, build meaningful relationships, and live more fulfilling lives. Our phones are constantly bombarding us with information. From social media notifications to news alerts to endless streams of videos and articles, there's always something new to grab our attention. This constant bombardment of stimuli is overstimulating our brains, making it difficult to focus, concentrate, and appreciate the subtleties of the world around us. As a result, we're losing our ability to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. We're no longer content to sit in silence, to read a book, or to simply appreciate the beauty of nature. We're constantly seeking out the next dopamine hit, the next distraction, the next thrill. This overstimulation is also having a profound impact on our mental health. It's contributing to anxiety, depression, and sleep disorders. It's making us more impatient, more irritable, and less able to cope with stress. In addition, the constant bombardment of information is shaping our worldview. We're being exposed to a constant stream of biased and sensationalized content, which can lead to misinformation, polarization, and a distorted view of reality. We're also becoming increasingly isolated from the natural world. As we spend more time glued to our screens, we're losing touch with the rhythms of nature. We're no longer able to appreciate the beauty of a sunset, the sound of birds chirping, or the smell of fresh air. This disconnection from nature is having a detrimental effect on our physical and mental health. Studies have shown that spending time in nature can reduce stress, boost our immune systems, and improve our mood. It can also help us to connect with our own inner selves and develop a sense of purpose. The screen has become the enemy, a barrier between us and authentic connection. It distorts our perception of reality, fueling comparison and self-doubt. We scroll through carefully curated feeds, bombarded with images of seemingly perfect lives, perfect bodies, and perfect relationships. This constant exposure to idealized versions of reality can make us feel inadequate, insecure, and dissatisfied with our own lives. The screen also amplifies our insecurities. Algorithms track our every click and like, feeding us content that plays on our fears and anxieties. We're shown ads for products that promise to fix our flaws, articles that highlight our shortcomings, and videos that exploit our vulnerabilities. This constant reinforcement of our insecurities can erode our self-esteem and leave us feeling trapped in a cycle of self-doubt. Furthermore, the screen creates an echo chamber effect. Social media algorithms show us content that aligns with our existing beliefs and opinions, reinforcing our biases and limiting our exposure to diverse perspectives. This can lead to polarization, intolerance, and a breakdown of civil discourse. The screen also encourages us to hide behind masks. We can carefully craft our online personas, presenting only the most flattering aspects of ourselves to the world. This can make it difficult to form genuine connections with others as we're constantly afraid of being judged or rejected for who we truly are. It's time to recognize the screen for what it is: a barrier to authentic connection, a distorter of reality, and an amplifier of our insecurities. It's time to step away from the screen and reconnect with the real world, with its imperfections, its challenges, and its infinite possibilities for growth and connection. It's time to reclaim your life from the clutches of your phone. It's time to break free from the constant distraction and reclaim your focus, your time, and your sanity. The first step is to take a digital detox. This doesn't mean you have to completely give up your phone, but it does mean taking breaks from it throughout the day. Set aside specific times for phone-free activities, such as reading, exercising, or spending time with loved ones. When you're using your phone, be intentional about the content you consume. Avoid scrolling through social media mindlessly, and instead, use your phone to learn, connect, and engage with the world. It's also important to cultivate real-world connections. Make an effort to spend time with friends and family, join clubs or groups, and volunteer your time to your community. These connections will provide you with a sense of belonging and purpose, and they will help you to break free from the isolation of the digital world. Finally, remember that it takes time and effort to break free from phone addiction. Don't get discouraged if you slip up and find yourself reaching for your phone more often than you'd like. Just keep practicing and be patient with yourself. By taking these steps, you can reclaim your life from the clutches of your phone and start living a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Now imagine yourself as a child playing in a sandbox. You have a pile of sand, a few simple tools, and an infinite number of possibilities. You can build castles, forts, roads, animals, or anything you can imagine. The sandbox is a metaphor for the human mind. We are all born with a blank canvas, a world of possibilities waiting to be explored. But as we grow up, we are bombarded with rules, expectations, and preconceived notions. These constraints limit our creativity and prevent us from seeing the world in new and innovative ways. Just like the child in the sandbox, we can break free from these constraints by embracing our curiosity and playing with the world around us. We can experiment, explore, and make mistakes without fear of judgment or failure. By doing so, we can tap into our inner child, the part of us that is still full of wonder and imagination. We can rediscover our creativity, our sense of play, and our ability to see the world in new and exciting ways. The sandbox analogy reminds us that the world is our oyster. We can shape it in any way we choose. We can create the lives we want, the futures we dream of. All we need is a little imagination, a lot of courage, and a willingness to play. Imagine yourself as a child again, with no worries or responsibilities. You can explore the world without fear, without judgment, without limitations. You can be whoever you want to be, do whatever you want to do, and create whatever you want to create. When you reconnect with your inner child, you rediscover the joy of exploration, the thrill of discovery, and the power of imagination. You learn to see the world with fresh eyes, to question everything you thought you knew, and to embrace the unknown. You also learn to appreciate the simple pleasures of life, the beauty of nature, the joy of human connection. You start to see the world not as a problem to be solved, but as a playground to be explored. So let go of your expectations, your fears, and your doubts. Let go of the need to be perfect, to be successful, to be accepted. Just be yourself, play with the world around you, and see what you can create. The sandbox is a reminder that life is a journey, not a destination. It's about the experiences we have along the way, the connections we make, and the things we create. So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, to make mistakes, and to have fun. The world is your playground. Go out and play. It's time to break free from the digital chains that bind you. It's time to rediscover the beauty, the wonder, and the infinite possibilities of the real world.